This is Nathaniel returning for coding-bootcamps.com. We are in section 5 of the MongoDB course, and this is going to be a very brief section. We're going to talk about the set operator for updating documents in your Mongo database. So what I have open here is our CRUD JavaScript file, which we built in section 2. And we're going to actually just modify one of our update commands in here to illustrate how set works in a little bit more detail. So what I've done is all of this is the same here as it was in section 2. We're clearing out the database and we are creating a new document that we're inserting here, and we are updating the document. We're looking for the document with email johnsmith@example.com, and then we are updating it with this set operator, updating the first name to be Johnny Boy, and then we're reading the document, just finding the document with that email and printing it out. All of that is the exact same as what we did in the section 2 tutorial. Everything else that happened in the section 2 tutorial I've just commented out because we're just going to modify this little piece of code here. Okay, so for illustration, let's actually go ahead and just run this again real quick. Remember, what we're looking for here is Johnny Boy, the first name on the employee, John, being updated. So let's run this real quick. We're going to run our file, crud.js, and we're going to see that we created a new document. We're updating the document. We did indeed update it, and we have Johnny Boy there. Awesome. So remember, this set syntax is specific to Mongo, and don't let it confuse you, right? We know that we have an update command, and we have our query, then we have a comma, and then we have another JSON object. Now, this JSON object consists of the keyword set followed by another JSON object with the actual data we want to update, right? So to make this look a little clearer, let's actually just do this. Right? This is what we're setting. The first name to Johnny Boy. Okay? Now let's make it even more clear. You see that? Everything we're updating we can just stick here. So let's actually update the last name too. Just something random. Prometheus. Sounds cool. Johnny Boy Prometheus. Had some interesting parents to give him that name. So we're expecting now that we're going to, again, clear everything out, create John Smith, and now we're going to update this record matching that email. But we're going to update 2 fields this time, and we're just adding them to that same set JSON object, first name and last name. So let's give it a run. Make sure we save it. Now I'll go ahead and clear this out so we get a little more space here. CRUD.js, we'll go ahead and run that. And we see we've modified the document, and we see we have first name Johnny Boy, last name Prometheus. So I hope that gives you a better idea of how updates work and how you can update multiple fields off of the record that you find, that you query. And remember, we're using update 1 here. You can do the same thing with update many. You can do update many and provide some data to match on, like we've already talked about throughout this section. You can, make it, a more complicated query with ands and ors. You can find all of the employees who work in Chicago, Illinois, out of a big group of 1,000 employees, and then check if one of their last name matches in a list of last names, and then you can update specific data. You can update their password, you can update their email address. So you can build these more complicated workflows just from this set of CRUD operations we talked about in section 2 and this set of queries that we talked about in section 4. So now I hope that with this video in section 5 you get a better idea of how you can update more fields on the objects that you query when using update one or update many. With that said, I will see you in the next section.